A few years ago, most people were only asking one question: what is ChatGPT? But today, the question has changed. Now people ask, which AI is better, GPT or Claude, OpenAI or Anthropic? Both can write, both can code, both can explain difficult topics, both can analyze documents, both can help with research, business, education, creativity, and productivity. At first glance, they look almost the same. You type a question, they answer. You upload a file, they analyze it. You ask for an idea, they generate it. But behind the screen, GPT and Claude are not just two chatbots. They represent two different visions for the future of artificial intelligence. GPT is built by OpenAI, an AI research and deployment company whose stated mission is to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. Claude is built by Anthropic, and Anthropic presents Claude as a family of advanced large language models designed for professional, technical, and general-purpose AI work. So this is not only a comparison between two AI tools, this is a comparison between two philosophies. One side is OpenAI, building a broad AI ecosystem for consumers, developers, businesses, researchers, and creators. The other side is Anthropic, building Claude with a strong public focus on safety, reliability, steerability, and careful behavior. And the real question is not simply which AI is smarter. The better question is, which AI is better for what? GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. In simple words, GPT is an AI model trained to understand patterns in language, code, images, documents, and information. It can predict, generate, analyze, explain, reason, and assist with tasks that previously required human effort. GPT is the model family behind ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is not just a chatbot anymore. It has become a full AI workspace. People use it to write emails, build apps, understand legal text, analyze spreadsheets, generate scripts, debug code, create study plans, summarize research papers, and even manage complex work. OpenAI's current GPT models are built for more than simple answers. OpenAI describes GPT 5.5 as a model designed for professional work like coding, research, information synthesis, analysis, and document-heavy tasks. That tells us something important about OpenAI's direction. OpenAI is not only trying to make AI that talks, it is trying to make AI that works. AI that can use tools, AI that can help with real projects, AI that can understand business problems, AI that can write code, test code, analyze data, read documents, and support decision-making. That is why GPT feels like a powerful all-rounder. It can be creative when you need ideas, it can be technical when you need code, it can be simple when you need explanation, and it can be deep when you need analysis. Claude, on the other hand, has a different personality. Claude often feels calmer, more careful, and more structured. Many users like Claude for writing long documents, careful reasoning, coding support, and professional analysis. Claude is not just designed to answer, it is designed to be controllable. Anthropic has published Claude's Constitution, which it describes as a document that shapes Claude's values and behavior during training. This is one of the biggest differences between OpenAI and Anthropic. OpenAI's public identity is about building powerful general AI systems and deploying them broadly. Anthropic's public identity is more strongly connected to AI safety, alignment, and predictable behavior. That does not mean OpenAI ignores safety, and it does not mean Anthropic ignores capability. Both companies care about both, but their brand positioning feels different. GPT often feels like a powerful engine. Claude often feels like a careful assistant. GPT feels broad, fast, and flexible. Claude feels polished, thoughtful, and controlled. If GPT is like a high-performance AI machine, Claude is like a careful professional partner. Now let's compare them in real use. For general productivity, GPT is extremely strong. If you need one AI for many different tasks, GPT is often the safer default. You can ask it to write a business proposal, generate a YouTube script, explain quantum physics, create Excel formulas, debug Python code, analyze an image, summarize a PDF, or brainstorm marketing ideas. It works well because it is designed as a general-purpose assistant. Claude is also strong in general work, but it often shines in tasks that require long-form understanding. For example, if you upload a long document and ask for careful analysis, Claude can feel very natural. If you ask it to rewrite something in a refined tone, it often produces smooth and human-like writing. If you ask it to compare arguments, structure ideas, or review text, Claude often gives a very clean response. So for writing and document-heavy work, many users prefer Claude. For broad workflow and tool-based productivity, many users prefer GPT. In coding, the competition is very close. AI coding has become one of the biggest battlegrounds in the industry. Developers now use AI to generate functions, debug errors, write tests, refactor code, explain architecture, review pull requests, build user interfaces, and even create full applications. OpenAI says GPT 5.5 is its strongest agentic coding model to date, with improved performance on complex coding and command line tasks. Anthropic has also positioned Claude very strongly in coding. Anthropic's newsroom describes Claude Opus 4.7 as bringing stronger performance across coding, agents, vision, and multi-step tasks. So which one is better for coding? The honest answer is, it depends. GPT can be excellent when coding is part of a larger workflow. For example, build this app, explain the architecture, generate the files, fix the bug, create the documentation, prepare the deployment steps. Claude can be excellent when you need careful code review, long context reasoning, cleaner explanations, or a more structured approach to a large code base. Some developers prefer GPT because it feels more action-oriented. Some prefer Claude because it feels more careful and readable. The best developers do not treat this as a religion. They use both. One model may be better for planning. Another may be better for debugging. One may write cleaner explanations. Another may handle tool use better. The future of AI coding will not be about one model replacing all developers. It will be about developers learning how to direct AI systems effectively. Now let's talk about business. For companies, the decision between GPT and Claude is not only about intelligence, it is also about trust, cost, security, integrations, data handling, speed, and workflow. A company does not ask, which chatbot gives the most impressive answer? A company asks, can this AI safely work with our documents? Can it help our employees? Can it reduce manual work? Can it connect to our systems? Can it follow our policies? Can it produce consistent results? Can we trust it with sensitive information? This is where OpenAI and Anthropic are competing at a deeper level. OpenAI has a major advantage in ecosystem. ChatGPT is widely known. OpenAI has strong developer tools. Its models are used across consumer apps, enterprise systems, coding platforms, automation tools, and AI products. OpenAI is trying to become an AI layer for daily work. Anthropic has a major advantage in trust positioning. Claude feels attractive to companies that want AI to be careful, readable, and controllable. Anthropic's safety-first public identity makes Claude appealing for teams working with legal documents, policies, research, finance, software engineering, and internal knowledge. So OpenAI's strength is scale and ecosystem. Anthropic's strength is trust and careful design. Another major difference is style. GPT often gives more direct and versatile responses. It can switch between creative, technical, business, educational, and analytical tasks very quickly. Claude often gives responses that feel more composed and literary. It can be excellent for essays, summaries, memos, long-form scripts, and complex written analysis. For YouTube creators, GPT may be better when you want fast idea generation, hooks, content strategy, visual prompts, and production planning. Claude may be better when you want smoother narration, deeper essays, and polished long-form writing. For students, GPT can feel like a flexible tutor. For writers, Claude can feel like an editor. For developers, both can feel like coding partners. For companies, both can become productivity infrastructure. But there is one thing both models share. They are not perfect. They can make mistakes. They can hallucinate facts. They can misunderstand context. They can sound confident even when they are wrong. They can struggle with very new information unless connected to updated sources. They can produce weak answers if the prompt is weak. That is why users must understand one important rule. AI is powerful, but it is not magic. You still need judgment. You still need verification. You still need clear instructions. You still need human responsibility. The smartest users are not the ones who ask one vague question and accept the first answer. The smartest users use AI like a collaborator. They ask follow-up questions, they compare outputs, they test results, they check facts. They use the model's strengths, but they do not blindly trust it. Now, the bigger story is OpenAI versus Anthropic. OpenAI is moving toward a world where AI becomes a universal interface. Instead of opening 10 different apps, you may ask one AI assistant to perform the task. Book the meeting, analyze the file, write the report, fix the code, summarize the research, prepare the presentation, search the web, connect the tools, complete the workflow. That is OpenAI's larger direction. AI as an operating layer for work. Anthropic is moving toward a world where AI becomes a reliable partner that can be trusted with serious tasks. Not just smart, but careful. Not just capable, but aligned. Not just fast, but understandable and controlled. That is why the Claude brand feels different. Anthropic wants users to feel that Claude is not reckless. It wants Claude to be useful without being chaotic. This difference matters because the future of AI will not only be shaped by who builds the smartest model, it will be shaped by who builds the model people trust enough to use every day. Speed matters, accuracy matters, safety matters, cost matters, personality matters, ecosystem matters, and trust matters most when AI becomes part of real decisions. So who wins, GPT or Claude? OpenAI or Anthropic? The answer depends on what you value. If you want a broad, powerful, flexible AI assistant with strong ecosystem support, GPT is one of the strongest choices. If you want careful writing, long document reasoning, structured analysis, and a more cautious assistant style, Claude is one of the strongest choices. If you are a creator, GPT may help you move faster from idea to production. If you are a writer, Claude may help you polish the message. If you are a developer, both can save time. If you are a business, the right choice depends on your workflow, privacy needs, budget, and integrations. But the most likely future is not one AI defeating all others. The future is probably multimodal. People will use different AI systems for different tasks. One model for writing, one for coding, one for research, one for automation, one for business analysis, one for creative production, one for safety critical work. The real winner may not be the company with one perfect chatbot. The real winner may be the company that becomes the most useful layer between humans and machines. Because AI is no longer just a tool you visit. It is becoming the interface through which people work, learn, create, and make decisions. Claude versus GPT is not just a product comparison, it is a preview of the next technology era. OpenAI represents scale, speed, ecosystem, and general purpose intelligence. Anthropic represents caution, structure, safety, and trust-focused AI design. GPT feels like a powerful universal engine. Claude feels like a careful expert assistant. Both are impressive, both are imperfect, both are changing how humans use computers. And the real question is no longer, can AI answer our questions? The real question is, how much of our work, thinking, creativity, and decision-making will we allow AI to shape? Because the race between OpenAI and Anthropic is not only about technology, it is about who gets to define the future relationship between humans and intelligent machines. And whether we realize it or not, that future has already begun. Follow Clara Explains, where science gets simple fast.